and such, and okay.
Okay, the Brood's
No, they're not doing mid-Brood, right?
I don't think so.
They're not going to go full Zai on us.
Surely not. I would be impressed if we see Hot 6 trying to take a leaf out of Zai's book. But I'm kind of more leaning to it's just.
I think it's just off lane, yeah. I'm also.
Win in itself is obviously very strong. We see a lot of teams try and ban it out. They don't like the cheese pick of the Brood, and Hot 6 they are getting it through here at the 4th pick, which Empire they've only got one pick to kind of relate to it. I mean, they're picking the Brood that there's a Lina and a Quap. That's a lot of area effect burst damage.
Yeah, but you have to consider that it's not about how much burst they have at the start of the middle of the game. It's how much burst they have at the start. Like, how can they deal with the Broodlings in lane? Because that's where Brood starts to kind of overtake and just farm a ton and start pressuring you to the point where you have to react. Otherwise, you're just going to start losing your towers. So, regardless of whether or not Queen can clear the wave, it's kind of irrelevant because you have to have heroes in that lane for the first, 10, 12 minutes to ensure that the Brood doesn't just get completely out of control. And right now with the Lina pickup right now, they could still... do they go back for any, do they just go for another wave clearing hero? Like, LC is the common just, counter pick to this, but yeah, I don't know if they want to switch their Lina into a support position or if they want to play it as core still. Because they can still do, 2-1-2, even in this situation.
I really feel they do need this final support. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they just grab the Disruptor again here, even. I mean, that would not be too bad for trapping out the Brood.
It's alright. The thing is, it doesn't do any damage.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, what about something like the Witch Doctor? Is that going to be any use for you against Hot 6's lineup?
I would pick Disruptor over Witch Doctor here.
Huh?
Mainly because Witch Doctor is... Actually, no, Witch Doctor is not that bad.
I mean, mid-game
they don't have any disables. So Witch Doctor is actually not that bad because you can get lifted, but it's actually really hard to steal Death Ward. So I don't think Rubik would ever really be able to get that unless the Witch Doctor wasn't paying attention. We'll see, though. But all that's under the assumption that it's core Lina. They could switch it up. We don't know yet. Oh, they're just going to go for the hard lane counter. Okay.
Right. I mean, I think this is pretty much the first axe that we've seen, at least.
I think it might be the first axe of the tournament.
I mean, against Brood, if you can get the call on a fair few Spiderlings, you're going to.
It depends on how the Brood plays it. Here's the thing, there's two ways of playing the Brood. You go the Spiderling Brood, where you actually still get your Q, and then you send the spiders to the jungle to farm, and you just control the jungle instead of trying to push the lane in too hard. Or you just go 0-4-4, and you just kill the Axe when you hit level 6. Those are the two ways to play it. Now, the other build beats Axe in lane pretty much every single time, but the first build is the one that is going to be more consistent in farm and allow you to actually start pushing when the Axe rotates. Now, I actually haven't seen many people do the second form of the build.
Ooh.
Oh, what?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm ready. The Invoker. I'm a fan.
Now, we did see, Empire, they banned out a hell of a lot of heroes that would counter the DK in the mid lane. How does Invoker do in this matchup?
So I think the main reason for the Invoker pick is, I think he's going to go Quas Wex. Because DK, Axe, Tusk, their mana pools are pretty mediocre, if not, pretty bad. So if you land one good Tornado EMP, then the DK doesn't have any spells left. This is also another way to deal with that kind of 5-man Death Volley push that DK brings to the table by just taking all the mana away from the enemy team without having to commit anything. If you throw a Tornado EMP and it hits, it's a zero committal combo, right? Okay, I hit you, you're out of mana. I don't have to actually fight you, you just can't do anything now. It's a very good way of just halting aggression and kind of slowing them to the game, so you can get to a stage where you can get that Gyrocopter some farm, you can have Sunby and that Broodmother start to pressure lanes. Because Empire are going to want to try to push with their DK for sure. There's no way you pick this hero without trying to kill towers.
I'm looking forward to this game. Two kind of unorthodox picks, at least for this patch that we've seen in the group stages.
I'm happy to see it.
Coming in for this very important game here for Empire. Here we go. So, it's been drafted 3 times. Must have been in games, obviously, that we didn't see.
I haven't seen the games where the Axe was actually picked.
Zai the only one to be able to win with it. Let's see if Yoku is able to bring the same kind of fortune for his team. In terms of lanes, it's going to be this aggressive lane from Empire on the top lane, going head-to-head with that of MP. And it is going to be the Brood Axe matchup. As you said, has got 2 possible ways of going. And very strong. We'll see how Yoku's able to deal with it. But I'm sure they would have picked the Yoku Axe because they feel they can deal with the Brood. That is a direct pick against that Brood because Empire feel confident to deal with it. And This is going to be a very exciting game. And of course, for anyone joining us, I'm sure you've already heard it from the panel, but Empire, of course, needing to win this game to have a chance at ending up in the top half of the groups, and therefore making it forward to the upper bracket stage at the main event. If they win this game, they will then have to go head-to-head against Virtus Pro to fight off in a best-of-1 for that final 4th position to secure them the upper bracket. They do, of course, need to win this one. Let's see what MVP can do to try and stop it. I'm looking forward to seeing the Invoker. I'm looking forward to see the Axe as well. Ice Shard's coming out. It's actually going to trap up Forever, forcing him around the long way. He's going to be okay, though, with the heal, just in case any kind of action was going to come out from the side of Empire. And, well, here we go, Andy, straight into game 2.
Yeah, it did end up being a silent Queen of Pain. I think we talked about that during the draft as well. I'm really interested to watch this bottom lane. Like, this lane, I think, has probably some of the biggest implications outside of the tri-lane. Like, the 1v1 mid, which, by the way, MP is actually going Exort, so maybe he favors just having the high damage output. I really thought Quaswex would be very solid here at stopping the kind of 5-man deathball coming in from Resolution. But I suppose if you're going in a 3 versus 3 in top lane, having that Exort Sunstrike is going to be really nice and adding just a little bit more damage to your fight so you can actually get the kills early.
Okay, in terms of the top lane, what can we kind of expect to see here from both sides? Is this an easy win for either?
I honestly think that Empire will have a slight edge just because Queen farming, very high damage, good range. Gyrocopter has to put himself a little bit into harm's way to really successfully hit creeps in the situation. But either team can get kills. It's all about if MVP find an isolated support and he gets lifted into a rocket barrage, that hero is probably just dead.
The Tri-Free going on silent, always want to fly there with a Light Strike array onto 2. Ice Shards as well, proving to be very disruptive. Stopping MVP being able to look for anything more off the back of it.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of both teams vying for a better position, trying to control this top lane. If somebody gets out of position at all, it's just going to be like a straightaway kill, I think, for either team. Although I think it's less likely that Empire give away a kill here because their core not only can stay farther off the creep wave, but also has blink. But no, always want to fly so far.
He's getting dragged up and he's going to get body blocked as well. The Ice Shards perfectly from Aloha Dance, creating that ability for always want to fly to back up.
If that was intentional, what a player, like honestly.
Perfect placement of the shards. And no one to die as of yet here on this top lane.
Always want to fly was actually amazingly out of position there. It is a godsend for Empire that he did not just give away first blood.
Back to the mid lane. How are we doing in terms of CS? Well, DK 14 for 2. Against Invoker's 9 for 0 at the moment. So, well, Resolution having the slightly better time here in the mid. Bottom lane, how's the farm looking for both? Well, Yoku actually doubling the CS here of Brood. So Axe certainly having the favorable time down here, being able to clear out those creep waves.
Yeah, they're just both cutting each other. Like, if you're Axe and it's very early in the wave and you know that nobody's going to be pressuring you, you can just go and cut every single time. Brood actually can't do anything about that at all. So you can see like he's just running his spiderlings away. He realizes that if they get taunted, there's a good chance they just straight up die, especially once you start getting larger numbers of them. I think Yoku can even just walk behind the tower. Like, it's really not that dangerous. Considering how much pressure Empire are applying to top lane, he gets the 1v1 matchup that he probably wanted the most out of any other hero on the map. So he can really push the limits of this.
He certainly seems to be doing so far. 3 minutes in though, no one to drop. We did see Empire trying to look there for JRX as they chased him around the jungle, but still nothing. No blood yet to be spilt on the battlefield. Mid lane still Resolution maintaining a slight lead here against MP's Invoker. And bottom lane, Yoku gets a call off and does bring Sun incredibly low here with the spins. The Spider-Man needs to be careful, but he doesn't let that happen again.
The early lane is really tough for Brood, no matter what build you go. The build that you actually kill him with the incapacitating bite, you still need level 6. Because if you get called on top of a creep wave and you don't have insatiable hunger to offset the spin damage, you just die too quickly. So I think he'll probably just end up skipping it and opt for the jungle farming build. That's the more stable lane pushing style of strategy. Because you have to assume eventually Yoku is going to rotate. Like, he's going to get blink, and then he's going to go try to either help the tri lane or he's going to try to gank mid.
I mean, the question is, Yoku in this situation, does he just go straight for the blink, or does he look for the Vanguard to make it impossible for the Broodlings to do anything, and so that he can continue to farm?
Oh my god, that money.
Damn, top lane. They get the lift, indeed, dragging up to the high ground the Lina, and always want to fly there, giving away first blood and giving it to the Gyrocopter as well. Foreb going to be able to pick that one up for Hot 6.
Yeah, the tri-lane for Empire failing is going to be really bad news. They're relying heavily on sustaining their 1v1 matchups because right now Resolution is winning mid and Yoku is winning bottom. So the tri-lane needs to, at the very least, not give away kills. That is the ultimate bad thing that can happen because once your supports start moving, you have more options for Chaos, for a Hot 6 to be able to also have their own support rotations. Although I guess you could argue that Dazzle rotation isn't really that good. Like, the Rubik is going to have to stay top more or less, or I guess they can move the Rubik and keep the Dazzle top as they've opted to do here.
I always want to fly it. Sorry, Low Dance actually coming in with a rotation on Tusk. They're going to find the Dragon Tail now with the Elder Dragon form, looking for MP. Jax is there and the TP reaction from Heen as well. Will force back both the Tusk and Resolution here on the Dragon Knight. They're not going to be able to find anything, but of course, top lane now. Silent and always want to fly. Know that Forev's on his own, and this is the time to jump, going straight in. The Rocket Barrage doing a hell of a lot to Silent. He needs to be careful. Always want to fly, trying to bring this one down. Has he got enough damage? Forev's just going to chase this down with the Rocket Barrage. Can he get a kill onto Silent? No, the Light Strike Array. They'll just be able to turn it around, but Silent... Sunstrike! Bam!
Oh my.
Rubik have found it anyway there with the right click, but nonetheless, a 1-for-1 trade, and Silent, playing on the edge of his life there, does end up paying for it.
What was that stun? That stun wasn't even close. Always Want to Fly is not having a very good game right now. There were 2 times where he was really out of position, and that stun was like a huge biff. If Silent died because of that, that would have been like, I think, a tilting play for Empire.
Silent, nonetheless, they did find the kill on Jarax. Going to go in for more here. But Forever is being backed up by Hina and Jarax this time. Bottom lane. How's it going for both of the heroes? Yoku has 2,300 gold. He's got enough for that Blink Dagger now. 6 minutes in. Ridiculous farm here for the Axe. Brood has managed to find a way up through level 6 and closing on level 7, applying the pressure to the tower. But the fact that the Axe has just been eating up every wave. I mean, this man is one of the richest Axes I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, the net worth difference is pretty much entirely his gold. Like, it's just the fact that Yoku is having an insane game. But you can see that Sunbi now, he's got enough levels so where he can actually start cutting the wave himself. So both heroes are pretty much going to do the same thing. Like, both towers will stay at 100% HP. They're both going to continually just eat the creep wave, and the lane will stay stagnant.
They're going to try and go for Silent here. They've not got enough damage now. Low Dance with the Ice Shards, trapping up Heen. The Sunstrike will come out. Will it connect? Yes, it will. A Low Dance is going to get taken out by Invoker. It's a 1-for-1 so far now. Forever with the Rocket Barrage doing so much. Always Want to Fly to fall. There's the rotation here from Resolution with the Breathe Fire. Will bring down Forev, turning it into a 2-for-2 here on this top lane. But still the game incredibly close between these two sides. And Yoku does now have the Blink Dagger picked up. And will of course be noted here by the side of Hot 6 and will be kind of obvious of course when he leaves the lane. I'm sure they'll be very, very careful when some reports back that there is no Axe down here.
Yeah, but he knows as soon as he leaves the lane that the Brood is going to kill his tower, like 100%. And the thing is, not really any other hero on the team can deal with the Brood but him. So Empire might just be saying, you need to stay bottom for a really long time. Like, just make sure that our towers don't just die. And they're going to rely on the 4v4 and trying to win their matchup that way, instead of having Yoku kind of walk around and look for any kind of engagement.
Oh, there we go, Yoku. He's coming into the jungle.
He really wants to find the Brood. Like, he's hoping that he finds somebody farming the woods, and he's waiting for him to creep cut again, just to see where he goes. But I think the fact, like, if he gets a wave out like this, and he's able to just push the tower, then the tower is actually going to take damage, because the fact that somebody had to skip that wave thinking that Yoku was too close and might have blinked on him is going to make that tower get hit, and that's not great. Like, taking tower damage right now is, it seems like a small trade, but if that tier 1 dies in the off lane before the Brood is able to kill the tier 1 and Empire's safe lane, then it's like, the Axe is super won the lane at that point.
He's moving in again, and he's going to look for the call. Will find it. Oh, the spin's there. There's one, there's two. Not quite enough, though. Sun is going to be lucky there.
Top.
Let's see if we can find a kill here. Sunstrike's going to be off the mark, and now with the snowball, they might be able to turn this one, Empire. Cooldown coming in from Forev. Silent's got to be careful, taking a hell of a lot of damage. Jarax hasn't got the ability to lift him. Silent should be able to duke this out. Has got a blink in a second. Actually trying to, get in the burst damage in. Light Strike Array is going to miss, unfortunately, from Always Want to Fly. And Silent just go back in with the right clicks. Should be able to find Jarax. Will do. A low Hard Dance and Always Want to Fly are able to clean off the gyro as well. Forev to fall. And Silent being credited there with the double kill here on the top lane. And again, fighting down to the very last of his life points. This is full-on aggression from both sides here on the north side of the map. Oh, no.
Oh, no. What a shot.
Oh, man.
Very nice.
Silent Caught out by MP.
That was hubris, though. Like, why would you stay there? You know he's Exort. You can't just stand still. The fact that he threw it out at the beginning of the fight should have said, like, after the creep wave clashes, it's definitely going to be off cooldown again. I think Silent will learn his lesson after that. But still, like, Empire are winning the 4v4 exchange. MP is playing Exort Invoker, which is the hero that is notorious for pretty much never rotating until at least he gets level 9, because that's when you get double Forge Spirits, if you go 4 Quas, 4 Exort, and then obviously you have your 1 point into Invoke. So now, he has it available. This is the point in time where he can actually start TP counter ganking. Empire are going to have to keep that in mind. But the fact that Empire are winning the 4v4 and their Axe is doubling the CS of the Brood, of course a lot of those are Broodlings, but Broodlings still give you money. Like, he's got 121 CS in 10 minutes. Like, that is the most bloated creep score I think I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, he's been having a great game. 1200 gold now on top of the Blink Dagger top lane, trying to go in onto Silent, but Silent actually able to clean up the kill there onto Heen. Looking for more resolution with the haste rune. Moving in onto a hot 6 for Rev. He's got the Dragon Tail, here we go. Looking for the stun from Light Striker 8. This time, always want to fly. He's on top of it, and they find themselves a second kill on this top lane, Empire. 8-5 now on the board, and Empire starting to break away.
For now, Empire, I don't really know what Hot 6 are going to be able to do with their supports. That's the biggest weakness that they have right now. Like, Jerax is level 6, which is good, because that means he can actually start stealing damage spells. This is actually the point where you're not going to have to worry about having Dazzle Rubik support with just a Gyro for damage and an Exort Invoker. And it could also be the reason why Hot 6 in general decided to go Exort, as we're also going to see Tower dropping here in top lane. But they kind of have this issue where they're relying pretty heavily on the Brood to create space for them, but since all Empire have to do is have Yoku down there, Empire don't have to react at all.
They might try and fight this Jerax with the Stolen Ice Shards, blocking off Yoku. Can they bring down this Axe? He's pretty damn tanky. Resolution's there, still with the Elder Dragon form. And now with the Snowball Initiation, Loyal does take a lot of damage here with the cooldown. He needs to get himself out. He's not going to be able to. The Rocket Barrage will finish him off. And now Hot 6 turning their attention towards the Resolution. He actually gets Dazzle there with the long-range Dragon Tail. Will be able to bring down something with him, as he's almost certainly going to fall here. Will do in the end. Hot 6 claim themselves 2. And just
Yoku. No, he just walked into a very angry MP.
Oh, making it 3 for 1. Empire slipping a little bit away here as Hot 6 close the gap. And off the back of it, we'll look to take this tier 1 top lane. You've still got Silent putting on the pressure. But hang on, have we got a Sunstrike? No, he's not going to invoke to
He's standing on the range creep. Yeah. He realizes that Sunstrike is a possibility. How many points in an Exort does he actually need to one-shot, though? Well, he went for it. Yeah, he would have actually killed, but not quite.
12 minutes in. Very close between these two teams at the moment. The difference on the graph, only 2,000. Resolution has got his blink now complete as well. Silent, what's he been able to progress towards? Looks like potentially going for that Orchid build here on the Quap. And
yeah, it's very good against their heroes.
Yoku's got Vanguard now, complete on top of the Blink Dagger at 12 minutes.
He's got Vanguard, Arcane's Blink 12 minutes in. I think he... does he finish Crimson here? Or does he actually go for like 4-staff or something else? I think 4-staff is actually very good at
smoked up, looking for the jump. They'll be able to find it. Sonic Wave onto 2! And they burst them down immediately. Jerax and MP to fall. Fantastic correlation of Empire there with their skills. Cooldown's going to come down, hit a fair few of them. Could they do anything off the back of it though? Hot 6 doesn't look like they can. For Rev, giving herself back to Resolution, actually blinking forward here, looking for a potential Dragon Tail follow-up. Well, they're just going to look for the tier 1 here. And Empire showing Hot 6 they need to be very, very careful where they hang them out.
Now this is pretty standard Empire Dragon Knight play. Resolution actually played this hero, I think, not before anyone, but he's played it a hell of a lot. And Empire have loved this hero for multiple patches, not even just 6.84. It was very funny. Oh, actually, Sunbi? Okay, never mind. He's not actually caught. But when the 6.84 patch first came out, Empire pretty much didn't change their draft at all. Like, they picked every single hero that was considered high tier in the patch after the notes came out. And that was just like their style. Then teams started to adapt a bit, but Empire seemed to at least be able to come into their own here. They've adjusted their draft just enough to be able to play against Hot 6 here. Middle lane.
Indeed, they've caught out for Rev with the dunk from Yoku, finishing off the Gyrocopter. That is the 5th time that they've managed to find for Rev this
Bottom
game.
as well.
Well, let's see.
Gonna see Aloha Dance get killed.
Let's see if they can turn it around. Resolution hasn't got the Elder Dragon form. He's got the blink and the dragon tail, but there's an MP Invoker hanging around here. This might not be the fight. Yoku and Always Wanna Fly coming to join him. Resolution getting incredibly low. The Forge Spear is just melting away this DK, and he's going to go down almost. No, he's still alive with the ball charges. He won't live, though. He does fall. Yoku with the call on Tempe and the dunk. Will find the Invoker now in response. Silent blinking forward here. They want to try and find more. Looking for Jerax. There's the second dunk. Yoku now with a double kill. Looking for the TP out. Has he got the call? Yes, he doesn't need it. The dunk from Yoku is a triple kill already. Sun, the one hiding in the tree line, but Yoku. I mean, the game means a lot for Empire, and Yoku's certainly showing that he's given it his all this game.
Yeah, he's definitely bringing it for sure. Oh, call down here from Forev.
Wants to fight here. They'll be able to juke this out with the snowball. Now, they need a bit more than just a low hard dance here, as he's in a lot of trouble.
I think he's okay, actually.
I mean, is Sun going to go back in?
No, he needs team. He doesn't have a team right now. They're all gone. Silent's actually TPing back to base from the side shop, so yeah, he doesn't have any help. He might go now, though.
He's got backup indeed from the rest of his team, TPing in. Yoku in the neighborhood. Ice shards. They have any detection. They've got the sentry down, and it's going to catch someone. He's just on the edge. They've got the dust. Oh, Yoku!
He missed him.
Mark, but he cancelled the Berserker's call. He has still got it available. He cancelled the cast, and with the dust, can he get himself in for the call? Oh, no! Can't quite get himself in range. And Sun going to be very lucky to get away with his life there.
My God, he had a quelling blade. Like, just cut the trees, man. You got a cooling blade?
Yeah, we can let him off, because other than that, Yoku flawless. He's got a Crimson Guard complete now as well. Before the 16-minute mark, this axe is
really good against
bordering on unstoppable.
Yeah, it's good against Brood because you can just pop the Crimson, and then even if the Brood has a ton of Spiderlings out, even heroes around you just won't take any damage from it. It's really nice. But yeah, Empire, they've been showing a very, very strong game so far. Continually applying pressure here. They're probably just going to pop the DK form, go for the tier 1. Actually, they might... Okay, they are going to pop it. I was going to say, they might save it and try to go for tier 2. But it depends on how vigilant Hot 6 are going to be about defending.
They'd probably just get both here if they wanted to.
It's very risky, though, because I think one person already just went top. So they're not going to have 5.
No, a low hard dance here at the moment. Let's have a look at the graph, what kind of difference we're seeing between the sides. It's not a lot still. Because if you look at the farm, Invoker and Brood, of course, with their Midases, certainly keeping themselves very much still in this game. Brood now with the Dagon picked up. Invoker has got the level 2 Necro on himself as well. And we saw that when he was able to bring down Resolution in one of the earlier fights when he was caught out. So Empire, I mean, it's not an easy run here to get this win. Hot 6 is still looking pretty darn scary. Resolution has managed to find himself a double damage, and Rain, he found himself level 8 on his own, and both teams at the moment just going back to farming. Silent, how's he doing on the old Orchid? Okay, he's got the Orchid complete now on your Queen of Pain.
So the big timings for Empire outside of Silent getting that Orchid finished are just Resolution picking up his BKB. Right now, he's not really that far out. Should only take him maybe like another 4 or 5 minutes to farm it, and that's if a fight doesn't go favorably for them. Once he has that, the damage output on Hot 6, not great, especially with somebody going Dagon. Like, BKB Dragon Knight, if you buy a Dagon against that, like, you're probably not going to have a very easy time killing him, to say the least. And then, of course, you have Yoku, who's also got an insane amount of farm. So I'm a little bit concerned for Hot 6 and their ability to transition, like, later into the game. Are they just relying solely on the gyro to be able to deal damage? Because even if Forev lands, like, a really good call down in Flak, if that DK has BKB and they get even like a slightly good initiation, I'm not sure how they're going to deal with that.
Yoku able to clean up these Broodlings, Spylings here. Somebody just hiding in the sidelines, Silent. He's going to head in, bring forward in fact, looking for the kill on Taheen, and well, with the Orchid, he might just find it, just needs to get that Scream off as well, and that should do it with the Soul Burn. Will do indeed, and Silent.
He knew, dude. He just read him like a book, knew exactly where he would go. Just threw out the casual Scream, didn't even have to walk around the tree to see him.
Very nice. And Sun's still able to keep control here of the jungle. And they didn't find him there in that last little walk past. He's got enough to get a second level here in the Dagon. MP's farm still on the Invoker. I believe that will be the level 3 Necro now coming up, is it? Yes, so he's got the recipe. So he's got level 3 Necro now, 18 minutes in. But, what's he going to do for you now with the Orchid drop down onto him? Yoku won't quite find it. But with the Walrus Punch from Aloha Dance, the brief, they're going to be able to bring down the Invoker. Now Forev reacting, coming in here with a cooldown. We'll just walk it off. And Empire, they're going to go back to pushing this tier 2 in the mid lane with the remainder of the Elder Dragon form. Should be able to find it. TP's out to the bottom, already coming. As the push is coming in from Brood. Brood will be able to find the last touch to it. Resolution, no. Deny coming out from Farev here.
That's a pretty important deny, actually. When your enemy team is pushing you like this and you can deny like 1 or 2 towers, the amount of gold difference is actually pretty substantial, especially considering like when you're behind, right? Like you want to minimize losses at every single turn, especially when that Dragon Knight's getting ever closer to that BKB, and they're going to find out the Brood here in the woods.
Indeed, he's been dusted. Silent taking a lot of burst damage there, and the Spiderlings working away at this Quap. They do kill the Brood, and Silent will just be able to blink himself away out of it. Another kill here for Yoku now, and a mega kill streak. 2,100 gold on top of the Crimson Guard now. This man is an incredibly... he's 700 gold ahead of this Invoker, who's pretty much just been farming all game, and that's with a Midas. You know, Yoku in comparison, he's absolutely massive.
Yeah, but you also have to consider the tower advantage right now.
Yeah.
So Empire have lost 2 towers, and Hot 6 have lost 5. Yeah. So they have 1 outer tier tower left at this point. A lot of the gold difference is going to come from that. Plus, MP, again, like most of his kill contribution has just been throwing out Sunstrikes. So a lot of the time, he's not really even at the engagement, and they nerfed the gold that you gain from contributing like all the way across the map. So you have to be within a certain radius. I forget the exact distance, but the closer you are, basically, once you get within that threshold, you get more for it. So a lot of it is also because, I mean, he's got 169 creep kills, and still a lot of that is Spiderlings.
Dagon now at level 2, but we haven't really seen somebody be able to do that much with it. We saw him bring Silent very, very close to his death, but it wasn't quite enough burst damage to deal with the Quap straight up. Bottom lane, Resolution continuing with his farm. Got the BKB, 700 gold in tow. And the final tier 2 here sitting on this bottom lane. Hot 6, what's their plan here? Invoker just jungling up at the moment with the Necros when he needs it.
I think the Necrobook timing is still very good, but it's not really as potent when BKBs are going to be coming out on cores. I just don't know how Hot 6 are supposed to be able to take advantage of this. Like, it feels like the Necrobook 3 timing, even though it's super good, I don't know, like, what impact is it supposed to be able to have right now? Because when you buy that book, you're just supposed to be able to pressure towers with, like, 5 heroes. Or you're supposed to be able to take a good team fight because nobody has BKB. Neither of those things are the case right now. Like, Resolution has BKB, Silent almost has BKB, and you can't 5-man because you've basically picked Brood. Like, it's a really hard situation, I think, now for Hot 6.
Coming down, and then Yoku at the moment is the one carrying the gem of the team. Top lane, bottom lane, sorry, Resolution just juking out the Sunstrike. And yeah, Yoku with the gem now in his inventory, 2,400 as well. Top lane, Jarak's able to find his push here and take down this tier 1 here. He's now sitting very, very close to a Blink Dagger himself that he'll be able to grab.
That's actually fairly big. Like, the Blink Dagger will be really good for him. Jerax is very good at like these playmaking heroes like Shaker, like Rubik. You can count on him for sure during team fights to be able to get some clutch steals. Maybe, hopefully, if you're a Hot 6 fan, turn the team fight around. If he can get his hands on something like Laguna, like, you know, Sonic Wave and such, you can probably win a team fight.
Looking for this Spider here. He's going to go for the TP out, and yeah, Yoku won't be able to get him this time. Unfortunately here for the side of Empire. Dagon now leveled up a third one. We've got it on level 3 now here for the Brood. And I mean, Invoker, what does he go now next for the build? I mean, he's come up to 2k. Is this kind of just a split pushing? Will we see him pick up an early set of boots? Bots?
Bots are pretty common when you have Midas on Invoker, but I think he might just go Blink or something. Like, when there's not an item on Invoker that you can buy that you feel is going to have like a big enough impact at that point in the game, typically you go for like mobility, so like Blink or Yules or Force Staff or something like that. Because I'm really having a hard time thinking what one item is actually going to be able to completely change the way that the game goes in terms of fights for Hot 6. And I mean, just look at what he's doing. He's sitting in the woods and he's just sending out freaking Forge Spirits to lane. Like, he realizes that it's super dangerous for him no matter where he is.
Resolution and Silent able to clear themselves up some Ancients here from the side of Hot 6's map. And I mean, you can tell Empire, they're really looking for action here. They've been walking around as a group across the maps, trying to see who they can catch out. But Hot 6 just playing a step ahead at the moment. Keeping themselves safe. Forev now on the Gyrocopter. Very close to having the money for this BKB. Silent did spawn out Sun, but Sun, he's going to be A-OK, juking it out in the tree line. And Resolution, okay, working towards the AC, blinking forward here, but he's going to get lifted up by Jerax. Can they turn this? Trying to lift him up to the high ground. They just don't have a follow-up stun there to keep the control on this dragon.
And that's kind of the freedom that having a DK gives you. Like, what other hero can just do what Resolution just did? Like, blink in front of the enemy tier 3 with 4 heroes there and just be like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Even if you go on me, I can just BKB and flap my wings and walk it off.
Okay.
Nice.
Very nicely done there by the side of Hot 6. Lining that one up, and Yoku will find the call. Has got this gem, of course. And he'll be able to chase down this spider. He's got a TP coming in from low dance on the Tuckton again. Move to the high ground. They should be able to find themselves this kill. The stun won't quite connect with the Berserker's call will. With the uppercut and with the down cut from Yoku and his axe. 20 to 12. Another kill here for the side of Empire.
You got to get that one fight in the game where Aloha Dance, Walrus punches, and then while he's in the air, you just dunk him.
I can feel the pain.
That's like
already.
the ultimate satisfaction when that happens. But in the meantime, there was also a kill inside of the woods. Resolution managed to find Jerax in a 1v3 and then killed the Rubik and then TP'd away with BKB on. So as I was saying earlier, still the main issue for Hot 6 is figuring out a way to be able to kill these cores of Empire. And for now, Forev, like you mentioned, he got his BKB, so he's starting to get some farm. He needs to go damage now. If he doesn't go damage items, there's just... I don't know how they're actually going to kill anyone.
He certainly doesn't. I don't think Empire will be giving him the time or day to look for that. They're looking into the dire jungle now, seeing what they can find. Ping's coming up out on a Heed. Oh, he hasn't got a TP. I don't know what the plan was here for Dazzle, but I don't think it's going to work out. Silent joins the party with Resolution. And, yeah, Dazzle.
It's actually fairly tanky. I mean, with that medallion and weave on, take a long time to die, actually. I'm not sure if Empire are going to feel like they can break high ground at this point, but they can try to go for Roche maybe, or at least pressure.
500 gold off an Aghanims. I mean, this guy.
He's freaking rich.
We're about to see the fun begin when he gets that on him. Now with the push, they're ready to go. Elder Dragon form. This tower is going to fall at an alarming rate here for the side of Hot 6, and it's just a question of what they can do in defense.
Oh, they even forced the Brood back. That's actually really bad news for Hot 6. Like, you do not want to have to TP your Brood back to base.
But look, MP is looking for the split push, and it's actually going to be enough to spook Empire. Empire TPing back. Not happy with a Magician knocking on their door. They need Yoku here with the gem, and he is here. Okay, this is an Invoker in trouble, and an Invoker getting dunked by Yoku. Wicked 6 now for the Axe, as he picks up his 7th kill of the game. Silent, he's going to find Jerax here. Hot 6 for Rev, wants to fight, pops the BKB, but Silent with his BKB as well. Trying to get himself out of here, and he will. Not going to be able to chase that one down. And did clip Jerax there with the Sonic Wave. So again, Invoker and Rubik being taken down, and Hot 6 unable to find anything in return. We're now looking at even Aloha Dance.
Oh god, they have Solar Crest too.
I mean, 27 minutes in, Empire. The lead's got to be quite significant. It's coming up to 7,500 here in terms of gold. XP-wise, we're looking at a 10k lead because of all these damn kills they've been finding. And that's your axe done on Yoku.
So Aghanim, Solar Crest, level 16 Dragon Knight. Roshan is up right now. Empire most likely going to be the ones who are going to try to do it. I'm just trying to think of something that Hot 6 can do. Like, the rat play bottom was actually the best possible choice they had because it actually forced Empire back. Normally in that circumstance, if you TP as Invoker and you start trying to take the team fight, it means that if you lose the fight, you pretty much just lose racks, and you might even just lose the game based off that. So he made the right call in the pinch, but I'm still just, I'm at a loss. Like, they need damage. Somehow they need to be able to burst somebody.
Empire, they're going to look for Roshan here with the Solar Crest, going to make short work of it. Hot 6, a couple of them in the area. And I know they're there with the weave drop, granting that vision, but they just can't do anything to contest it. They are moving towards it, but I really don't know if this is the fight. Sunstrike coming in, and it's actually going to... They're going to do it! They got the Aegis kill. Silent does take the Aegis itself. Sorry, so Roshan could.
He actually got the Roshan kill with the Sunstrike.
With the Sunstrike.
Like, yes. What a god, actually. Like, MP Sunstrikes have been on point.
Well, let's see if they can find anything else off the back. There's Sun hiding in the tree line. And, well, Resolution, he's found himself an Invoker. Invoker, he's going to try and look for the QQ ward, TP out, but Yoku in range with the gem. Dang, last year Invoker down, monster kill streak now here for Yoku. And, well, they did okay. They lost the Lina. So it is a 1-for-1 trade. Looks like Lina was bursted down here by Sun here on the Broodmother. But still, the bigger kill here for the side of Empire, taking down that mid Invoker.
And now Empire look to continue to pressure after the fact. Brood is still being forced on. Oh god, the courier's gonna die too.
Oh damn! Let's have a look what was on that. It was okay. It was another level of damage.
Yes, I mean that's not too painful to be honest. Like
resolution.
He has no fear.
He literally doesn't.
Absolutely not.
Look at his armor.
He's got 46 armor.
He's got more armor than he's got health points. It's ridiculous. Now into Jerax going in for the dunk. That's going to be a godlike streak for Yoku. Looking for more now. Round two. Doesn't even need the dunk that time. It's full. GG. Well played. Empire have done it. They make it to 4th position on the group stage board, so they will have to go up against Virtus Pro in a decider to see who holds that position for. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm sure we'll find out. We've got some wonderful people that we call experts on that desk, and I'm sure they know all the information.
What do you mean that we call experts?
No, I call them experts. What do you call them, Andy?
I mean, it's just the way that you phrased it. It made it seem like, are you taking shots at Cinder?
Me taking shots? No, I would never do that.
Okay.
He's too vulnerable.
I'm just clarifying. But for this game, I really feel like MVP's draft, it was all right, but I think the tri-lane and the fact that